Hello everybody, this is GamerGar and it is time to play through another 10 in-game days of the Riverland Farm Challenge. Primarily it's a fishing challenge, so let's see what we can achieve this week. We start off by getting a soda machine, because in the previous video we completed all of the Georgia bundles. We also go to Clint to get our still watering can, but we are far from finished with upgrading this. This will be upgraded all the way to Iridium. Reason being, we haven't invested in farming just yet, and we want to fill out the Ginger Island farm with tons of crops. Having an Iridium watering can will make this super easy to do. We're going to get Clint to break open more geoterra. What we're aiming for this week is the key to the source. This is going to give us access to Krobus and all of his lovely wares. It's also going to give us access to another legendary fish. We're also going to go to Robin, and we're going to get Robin to make us another fish pond. Now, we're going to end up with an absolute ton of these by the end of the challenge. You're going to dominate the whole of the Riverlands farm. Because we're in summer, we get a crack at another legendary fish. This one is known as the Crimson Fish. Now look, it pales in comparison to the profits you can make from the legend, but it is the second most profitable fish in the game when it comes to selling, smoking, and when it comes to raw. Now summer has some very profitable fish in general. It's got tuna, it's got super cucumbers, it's got sturgeons, it's got pufferfish, it's got octopus. It's got so many different types of fish and all sell for really good amounts of money, especially the super cucumbers. If you smoke them up, especially the gold star ones, the iridium star ones, if you're really lucky, you can make some serious cash from these. The next day, Gunther finally pays us a visit. We have meet the threshold of donating items and we get the key to the source. We're also going to collect some lovely legend raw. Now, we don't have a preserve bin just yet. We will get that once we get the ginger item and start focus on farming. 10,000 gold from Mr. Key was nice, and now we finally get down to Krobus here. And we're going to spend 20,000 gold on the star drop. At this moment in time, we don't really need vast amounts of money. The big focus right now is getting to Ginger Island. So what we really need now, believe it or not, are battery packs and 200 pieces of hardwood. Now look, I'm going to have the battery packs in a day or two because tomorrow's thunder and lightning, but the hardwood's going to take time. I'm going to get another fish smoker recipe here off Willy. Reason for this is that I can now make as many fish smokers as I have resources to do so. I also purchased all of the super cucumber bait as well. And for the rest of the day, we're just going to do a whole lot of fishing. The tilapia there was a new catch, which was very nice. There's still a lot of stuff we need to get today, including the octopus that we just got there. That was a ferocious catch. It's now time to collect some iron bars. We also had the bat wings as well, so it was time to make some lightning rods. And the more of these you can make, the more profits you're going to bring in, because battery packs, they actually sell for real nice money. Now, we won't really be selling battery packs in this challenge, because it's primarily a fishing challenge, but in general, lightning rods are the way to go. We're now going to go to the secret woods, and we actually go here every single day until we meet the requirements, fixing up Willy's boat. Now, what we really want to be collecting here too are mahogany seeds. We now have the ability to make tree fertilizer because our foraging skill is 7, so we want to get those mahogany seeds planted on the farm, fertilize them up, and in a few days we're going to get way more hardwood back. I also went down to the mines today just to try to get a couple of lava eels. Now, the spawn rate for the lava eels in the regular mines, it's absolutely horrendous. If you want to get tons of lava eels, the Volcano dungeon is the place to go. The very top there at the summit, lava eels are much more common. Main reason we came down here was to get some lovely cave jellies. This is the best place to get cave jellies by far. We want cave jellies, along with some other bits and bobs to make more fish smokers. We also need hardwood to make fish smokers. So for now, the recipe is enough. Any excess hardwood that we get after we fix up Willy's boat will go towards fish smokers. We also want to max out all of our skills as well as quickly as possible because we really want to delve into the advanced aspects of fishing. And once we open up Ginger Island, we will be aiming to get into Mr. Key's secret walnut room as well as quickly as possible so we can get magic bait. And there's a reason why we want to get all these things done as quickly as possible. But for now, let's just focus on making a little bit more money and increasing our skills bit by bit. We put up a sturgeon today. The first one is going to go straight into the bait maker, and that sturgeon bait is going to be put to great use. Smoking up sturgeons is a great way to get money during the day. I generally switch over to super cucumbers then at night time, but tonight we are going to spend the entirety of it cutting down trees. Now, we sold a ton of fish today. The smoked iridium star sturgeon went for 1,200 gold. The lava eel went for over 3,000, and you can do way better with that once we get the artisan perk from farming. The next day started with the collection of iridium bars. We're not going to sell any of these, of course. They will all be used for tool upgrades. A train also passed through Stardew Valley, so I went up to the bathhouse area to check would I get anything good from the train, but because it was a Georgia train, we're going to get absolutely nothing. Now look, I am a fan of Georgia, but this Georgia train was extremely tight. I went to Clint, I got my gold watering can. We're now going to hand that back in and upgrade it to an iridium watering can. Once that's finished, we'll start upgrading the pickaxe all the way to iridium as well, because sooner rather than later, we're going to be hitting the Ginger Island hard and fast. So we want an iridium pickaxe going in there. To be honest, we want all of our tools to be iridium quality. I had 3 prismatic shards. It was a Thursday. I said, you know what? Let's just swap them in for the magic rock candy. That will be used in the future, along with some other bits and bobs to ensure we get a very successful Skull Cavern run. So we're doing a bit more fishing today on the farm. We picked up a rainbow trout. It's always nice to get coal and other bits and bobs inside those chests, especially gold ores. I am trying to complete the fishing collection, so the wood skip is a step in the right direction for us. For the rest of the night, we're just going to fish up as many super cucumbers as possible. The next day starts in the secret woods. We're just getting our usual daily dose of hardwood. Even if I didn't need hardwood, I'd be coming here anyway, just because the foraging XP is so good. We're then going to pull up a pike, and we got the rare Dorado. It's always nice to get that in the early part of summer instead of the late part, because it can be quite the rare fish sometimes. We're now going to take a nice stroll down to the beach. We're going to pick up all of the bits and bobs that we can here. We're also going to go over to the tide pool area as well to grab all the stuff there. And then we're going to head up to the lake, and we're going to spend the whole day doing huge amounts of fishing. We're then going to go down to the quarry, and we're just going down here to get some resources. We don't have a whole lot of stone right now. We need stone for a few things. We need it for 3 fertilizers. We also need it for fish ponds. We're then going to visit the desert trader. Once we've done collecting all the forageables here, we're going to trade in the diamonds and rubies for some buff boots. We're then going to spend the rest of the night cutting down more trees. We're very close to getting level 8 foraging, but we do want to get level 10 as quickly as possible. All of this wood that we're accumulating will be put to very good use later on in the challenge. For now, we just want to get skid-ups, as many skid-ups as the game is going to give us. If we're still struggling with foraging within the next few in-game weeks, because we're going to get green rain soon, I might consider making an absolute ton of mushroom logs, just to get that foraging up a little bit faster. We now finally get our iridium watering can off Clint today. We're now going to hand in the pickaxe for the chain upgrade all the way to iridium. First, we'll get the gold upgrade. And this is why money is still a little bit important, but not super important, because all of the iridium upgrades cost 25,000 gold. Now we're going to head into the Skull Caverns today, and today is going to be basically a combat orientated run. We don't have our pickaxe, but we do have a lot of bombs. Now, I don't really care about getting down deep. I just want to wipe out enemies so I can get the combat skill up. Combat is level 8 at the moment. It would be nice to get that to level 10 sooner rather than later. We actually are getting fairly close now to maxing out all of our skills, and that will give us access to the Mastery Cave. It would be really nice to get some magic bait to get into Key Secret Walnut Room and have the advanced fishing before we get into fall. So that's the big summer goal right now. All of the enemies in here can drop resources that is going to make life a little bit easier for us on the farm. All of these Omni Geodes can be used to get some warp totems to the desert. We can even break them open if we want to complete all of the museum collections. If you donate a certain amount of items, Gunther will give you a magic rock candy. So it's still worth giving all these items in. You don't actually get a whole lot of combat XP for killing those dinosaurs, and I feel like the game should give you a little bit more than 7, I believe, is all you get for killing them, because they're quite rare to come across, first of all, and secondly, if they hit you with that flamethrower attack, it does a lot of damage. The next day we finally had the green rain, but more importantly, all of our lovely mahogany trees are now fully grown. We are going to cut them all down, get all of that hardwood, and we now have all of the resources needed to fix up Willie's boat. But we're going to spend the rest of the day trying to get as much moss and foraging XP as possible. Today is the best day in the whole game when it comes to getting moss, fibre, foraging XP and other bits and bobs. We visit Clint the next day, we get back our gold pickaxe. We're going to hand that back in straight away and upgrade it to the iridium pickaxe. Our gold is a bit low at the moment, but in all fairness, we have a bait maker and a fish smoker. It's not going to take long to get the gold back up. We will go to Willie's boat. 5 iridium bars, 5 battery packs and 200 pieces of hardwood was the requirement to fix up the boat. Tomorrow we can start going to Ginger Island, collecting all of the golden walnuts and tapping into all of the amazing resources you can get your hands on over there. So today I'm going to run in and out of floor 85 primarily, and I'm going to wipe out enemies. I already tried getting combat up in the Skull Caverns, it was alright. I want to see how effective floor 85 is today. In your own opinion, let me know in the comments, what is the best method to get combat to level 10? Let me know on how you proceed with it. I also got access to the dwarf here. I actually got the translations guide a good while ago, so I just purchased the Book of Power there to minimize bomb damage because I'm a disaster when it comes to hitting myself with bombs. We can now finally go to Ginger Island. This is where things are going to pick up dramatically when it comes to the Fisherman Challenge. That's what we're doing right now. Because over on Ginger Island, you can get up to the top of the volcano, you can get access to the lava eels, but more importantly, once we get into Key's secret walnut room, we're going to get magic bait, we're going to pull up all of the legendary fish, and then that is going to potentially activate the quest to pull up the relatives of all of the legendary fish. And then we can start farming up legend 2s, and you are going to see not hundreds of thousands, but millions of gold coming in every couple of days. Having access to the mastery cave will be a massive boon as well, because it's always nice to put 2 tackles onto the fishing rod instead of 1, so we can go for the trap bobber as the first tackle and the quality bobber for the second, so we're pulling up iridium quality legend 2s. We can then smoke them up, but of course we also want artisan as well, so we're getting 40% more for those smoked goods. So for today, we're just focusing on getting as many golden walnuts as possible. I want to get enough to get the house upgraded today so we can sleep over on Ginger Island. We also need to think about how to get access to Key's secret walnut room as quickly as possible. Thankfully, I know the locations of all of the golden walnuts and what I need to do to grab them. But there's also an RNG factor. For example, how quickly we can get all of the artifacts for Professor Snail. How quickly can we get all of the golden walnuts from those muscle nodes, and how quickly we can get all the golden walnuts from going into the volcano dungeon. Now I end up getting some real cool luck today, especially with the muscle nodes. Because I don't have my pickaxe on me, there's a small handful of golden walnuts I won't be able to get, but I'll be able to get those in a day or two once Clint has my pickaxe fully upgraded. You actually get a golden walnut for beating all of these slimes here, and there's 2 more hidden around this area as well. There's one sneaky one behind that mahogany tree, and there's another one that you can hope from the ground. The great majority of golden walnuts actually outside of the mine to get thrown up the ground. Now there's one golden walnut here blocked by stone and weeds and stuff. Because I didn't have my pickaxe, I had to go over the top a little bit and use some bombs to get at this one. I just thought it was a bit funny because I had to use bombs to literally blow up 2 pieces of stone. I had 16 golden walnuts currently, just going to get 1 more from up there hidden in the corner. Once I get 20, I'll have enough to get the house upgraded. We're now fully dependent on the muscle nodes, and look at that. Can you actually believe that? I got 4 golden walnuts from destroying those muscle nodes. That has never happened to me before. Normally, it takes me ages to get the 5 golden walnuts from the muscle nodes. That was just insane luck. It's 1 more golden walnut from the muscle nodes and we'll be finished with those. There's also 5 golden walnuts we can fish up as well, and that's what we're going to do right now. We get very lucky tonight and I managed to fish up all 5 golden walnuts along with some lionfish. The lionfish is a fish exclusive to Ginger Island. Once we're finished here, we're going to go to Clint the next day. It is finally time to get back our iridium pickaxe. It's 2 tools now fully upgraded to iridium, if we're not including the fishing rod of course. We're now going to give Clint the axe, and that'll be chain upgraded all the way to an iridium axe as well. That will make cutting down trees and getting skill ups with foraging much easier. The Volcano dungeon is home to an absolute ton of golden walnuts. You get 5 from combat, you get 5 from mining, you also get 5 from opening up those dwarven caches. They're basically those little crates sometimes the robots pop out of. And I think there's 2 you can get from the treasure chest as well, that makes 17. And there's a couple we can get from the summit as well, so there's a good few we can get in here. The dwarf on level 5 has some very nice things. The ginger ale, the warp toll of the Ginger Island, the Book of Power that allows you to get a diamond when you break open a regular geode. Now from the first chest we get our first golden walnut, 1 golden walnut left to get from the chest, and we also get an ostrich egg. That's quite rare. Now we're not going to have an ostrich farm in this challenge, but it was still nice to get it. In the second chest we get a very interesting weapon, the Dragon Tooth Cutlass. This is one of the strongest weapons in the game if it is enchanted correctly. Now it was 150, so we had to skip the pleasantries on the top floor and we had to activate the shortcuts straight away. We can simply nip back now the next day and grab those items including the prismatic shard. Another 10 days done, level 9 combat. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.